What's going on, guys? My name's Matt. I like to make videos and post them on the internet. And of course, somebody comes down the elevator as soon as I hit play. It's honestly pretty astonishing, really, that, like, the moment you're not doing anything, so, like, smoke breaks are probably the easiest to explain in the sense that, I'll fucking sit in this hotel for 3 hours and never see a goddamn soul. No one will come down and talk to me. Nobody will need my help. Nobody will call. So I'll go, okay, well, I'm craving a cigarette. It's been long enough, so probably about that time I could step outside, set everything up, step outside, light the cigarette, turn around. There'll always be one or two people standing at the front counter, or the phone's going off the hook. I mean, literally, it is as if your life knows whenever you're trying to do something, and that's when everybody wants to need you. So of course it's like I start recording this video. I'm like, oh hi guys, blah blah, and then this guy comes in down the elevator. So I'm obviously not gonna sit in here and talk, especially the way I talk. Hopefully don't offend too many people, but I could offend somebody possibly. So I'm like, all right, I'll stop talking. So I pause it and I sit here and I sit here and I sit here, and like 60 seconds goes by, and he hasn't walked out the door, which I can hear the sliding doors when they open. He's practically just standing in the middle of the lobby because he sees the massive amount of fucking snow we got and he doesn't want to go outside. So it delayed me. So in my anger, I took my headphones off and I threw them, which doesn't help the fact that my headphones are broken. So, you know, throwing broken headphones doesn't help nothing. But um, actually, though, Ohio, I was talking in yesterday's video or last night's video that this is the first snowstorm of Ohio we're currently getting. We were supposed to get between 5 and 8 inches of snow tonight, and I can tell you that we've probably gotten at least 6 already. Um, it's coming down literally like as if somebody's standing outside with a bucket and they're just dumping it in large quantities on us. Again, I know that I'm from Ohio, and you got places like New York that gets way colder and they get way more snow than we do. So trust me, anytime that I'm sitting here complaining about how much I hate the snow and how much we get and it sucks and blah blah blah, just know that there are plenty of states close to me that are just higher up in the altitudes of life that get way more snow than we do. And I just don't even know how people like you guys can deal with that, because I'm not happy with the fact of in 12 hours we're going to get almost a foot of snow. And, there's places in New York that in 12 hours they get 3 feet of snow. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's disgusting. Like, I could not live where, if now again, if someone's going to pay me some really fucking good money to live and work in a town that gets 3 feet of snow in 24 hours, I would do it. But that's just way too much snow to be dealing with, and ugh, I don't like the cold. Um, but I wanted to show you guys how much it's actually coming down. Um, I might be able to get a view. It's not the greatest because now you can obviously see the screen of the computer in the background, but obviously if you ignore the screen and you look beyond my hand, you can see how much it's literally flying through the air. Yes, the picture is very grainy, because it's a computer in the dark looking through a window to the outside that's dark, and the only thing we got for light is those street lights. But you can definitely clearly see that there's a lot of snow flying through the window there, and that there's plenty of snow out there all over the ground. Especially during the cold times of the year, this is probably where I spend 95% of my time, sitting here on the couch with a fire going, and behind me it's nice and warm. Keeps me well warm during the nighttime and excitement. But practically as another way of showing you guys how much it's dumping buckets out there, we have a plow guy who's supposed to be that comes through and plows our parking lots and stuff. And he came through maybe at like 9 o'clock last night, and it's snowed probably 6 inches since then. So he has not touched the parking lot since. And when I just went out for my last smoke break, there was, you know, 3 or 4 inches piled up against the door. And I just thinking about guests leaving and stuff like that. And I'm not going to go outside and shovel the entire sidewalk. I'm not doing that. But I figure the worst case scenario, I went and found a shovel and the salt bin. And I figured I'd run outside real quick and shovel up the shovel in front of the door, so at least there's like a little bit of a pathway that's cleared right outside the door. And I figured the other great thing about that is, because I already did it when I came in here once, but I gonna put my Carhartt on, just like that. Now see me as I am. See me, I'm just a normal guy. See, my back is just normal. It just looks like a back of a coat. My head's normal, don't got nothing going on here. I'm only showing you this because the other thing to pay attention to is this right here, the time in the top here. I'm going to go disappear now for about 10 minutes. Might be less, might be a smidgen more. Regardless, 10 minutes of this time is going to change. And then when I come back, I'm going to be covered in snow. Just you wait. Alright, so I'm not as bad looking as it seems, but I'm sure my back is covered in snow. Again, I can't see what my back looks like, so if there's no snow back there, I just look like a moron, but it is coming down like crazy. I'm now going to take you outside to show you what all I got done in that short 10-minute period. It was a little bit longer than 10 minutes, but still. So in about 10 minutes time, I got the tiniest of chunks done, and you're also going to see how thick the fucking snow is already. Something you can't see, but I can promise you is there all the same, is my beard is soaking wet. Oh yeah, you can see it there. The shimmer in the light, look at that. Look at all the snow that's been in my beard. It's actually all water now, so it's like I just got out of the shower. But a little exfoliation, it's good for you. Alright. Hopefully maybe I can do this without getting there. So you can just hardly see it, but you can see how thick the snow is here on the edges. Like right there. Thick. Ooh, wind's getting really strong. But, yeah, hopefully I'm not spending much time out here. But, again, blocking. There you go. So I did that strip there, that tiny strip there, and that strip there. I did all this in 10 minutes. Very little, but it's so thick, and then my job is not to come out here and shovel. So I figured I just shoveled it up. I threw a fuck ton of salt, way more salt than you should. It's not even the type of weather to be throwing salt down because it's so cold outside that it just fucking freezes as soon as it melts the water. So that's why I just over salted the shit out of it. So that way, even when the water melts, or the snow melts in the water, it will turn into brine when it melts the other salt that's going to be left over that hasn't melted. Brine is what you call salt water. And it will run water that has salt in it naturally, like every other water, will run to the nearest, like downhill, out of the way kind of thing. So what it does is it drags that salt across the thing and inevitably ends up actually de-icing more doing it that way. So that's the way I did it. Obviously, like I said, I'm not even sure when these plow guys are going to show up, and they could show up in the next 30 minutes and completely, sweep up, like, shovel up everything that I've thrown down for salt. But I just watched a guy right before, actually it was the guy who came out while I was upsettingly throwing my microphone because he was not doing anything besides just staying inside the main lobby right when I decided to try to start recording a video. And he I seen his feet marks, where he walked through the snow, and you see he probably had tennis shoes on, and he's standing in this thick of snow, and so it's like I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but I at least can get out the door. I can get the whole door cleared out, and then I did to the right of the door, to the left of the door, and straight ahead. So that way, at least right outside the door, you have a straight path in every direction. It's nice and salted, so should not have to worry about it getting icy and slippery. And again, I was doing that purely out of the kindness of my heart. I am not paid to shovel, nor if I'm posting my thing, my work thing, I might do it. I'm just not sure because I'm on mixed reactions of what I might get as an, I fortunately have a lot more time being on third shift of not having something to do, so I can sit here and do whatever I want. So the thought that I spent 10 minutes of my whatever I want to do time to go outside and shovel a little bit of the sidewalk just to try to keep up with a little bit. I don't think anybody's really going to be too upset about it, but at the same time, like I said, they don't pay me to do that. I'm still getting paid my normal hourly thing, so I was doing like extra the work, and being as we technically do pay an outsourced company to come in and do that, um, they should have already been here and doing it, and that's why I've been trying to replace them by getting my buddy to come in here and do a quote on what he would charge to plow and mow this place, but for some reason he's really slow on doing all that, so he has yet to write up anything, and I have yet to turn anything in. So the guy who's doing it's still doing it, and they still do such a piss poor half-ass job. I mean, it's like one of those things where we're a hotel, so we have a lot more traffic in and out. Now, fortunately, tonight we haven't really had anybody come in because the winter weather warning that was in Ohio at the moment, and the fact that most cities like mine posted a parking and no driving ban, which literally means A, you cannot park your car on the road because it just creates problems and hazards, and B, you can't drive unless you have to unless it's an emergency, you're not allowed to be out on the road. And so because of that, naturally there was like few and far between anybody who was driving around uptown. So we haven't had any walk-ins because of the snow, which is a bit surprising. Um, but being as we have the possibility, being a hotel right off the highway, that starts snowing, things get bad, people are going to think, oh, I should probably get off the road now, and then they pull off to stop and get a hotel. Well, you think they're going to try to pull into the hotel that's got a parking lot, looks like it's never been plowed, it's got a foot of snow in it? No. And of course both hotels here are both plowed by the same guy, so of course we're both currently sitting at probably extremely overflowing with snow. But it's just that thing of like, I don't know what all this guy does. Like, I don't know all of his accounts and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe he's got a lot of bigger accounts, like a lot of accounts that pay more. And so obviously the accounts that pay more for the work are the ones that you're going to want to spend the most of your time on. So I don't know if this guy has other jobs that he just pays more attention to, and these are just kind of his like, I'll get to him when I get to him. But we should easily at least had our parking lot cleared out twice by now. My buddy's probably out right now, running around, pulling his fucking hair out because it's been nonstop dropping snow for 12 hours, and obviously him and his crew are out there plowing. And um, I can tell you right now, 100% with everything that I know that he already does, and if he were to add on doing this hotel, that he easily would have been here twice, if not three times already by now. So it's just the proof of like I don't think the guy we use is very adequate, and that the hotel should be using him. So that's why I'm trying to not also help a friend of mine out by giving them more work. I'm also you know trying to help the hotel out because I know the work that my buddy does because I used to work with him, and he does great shit. He does great quality stuff. So I think he should do this hotel. let me read this to you. This is what the weather service is saying about um, the weather in my area. It says winter storm warning. Winter storm warning remains in effect until 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time this morning. What? Heavy snow occurring. Total snow accumulation of 6 to 12 inches by late Monday morning. The highest amount will be east of I-77, which is where I'm at. Um, until 10 a.m. Impacts. Travel could be difficult. The hazardous conditions could impact your morning commute. Additional details. The heaviest snow will occur through 8 a.m. Monday morning. Snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour will be possible. Snow will be wet and heavy, which can lead to tree damage and power outage. Expires in 6 hours. And it was posted 3 hours ago. So, um, definitely getting way too much snow. And here's Google's affected area map, and it says safety tips: stay indoors during the storm. Prolonged exposure to cold can cause hypothermia. Um, what am I doing? I'm scrolling past where I need to go. But yeah, no. So it's just one of those things where, I mean, you're not really supposed to be out in it if you don't need to be, and it's snowing buckets outside, so no one really probably wants to be out in it anyways. So you can see here that this is the map of everywhere that's affected by this. The purples is where it's just supposed to get snow, and pink is where it's supposed to get freezing rain and snow. And obviously it splits Ohio right down the middle, and I'm literally just on the inside of the pink. Um, obviously you have like Pennsylvania, New York, all these places up here that are going to be fucking hammered. Um, actually, funny enough, the snowstorm is actually called Snowstorm Izzy, Izzy, and that's actually the name of my dog. So the snowstorm is actually named after my dog, or my dog was named after the snowstorm, even though the dog came way before the snowstorm. Um, but so yeah, Winter Storm Izzy is currently touring itself through the Ohio and upper northern eastern parts of the United States. But yeah, I don't like snow, and unfortunately, because of how much we've gotten, I can pretty much know for 100% fact that when I get home from work, I'm going to have to shovel. Like, I'm not even going to get any time to, like, sit, chill, relax. Like, I'm literally going to have to go outside and shovel as soon as I get home. Does not make me happy. I guess we'll survive. It's the first time in Ohio I've this year that I've had to shovel, so I won't complain too much. It's just I hate snow. I hate this state. It sucks. Winter sucks. I want to be somewhere where it stays warm, even if it's chilly at night but warm during the day. I'm all about it. So I also then realized I forgot again to explain the story of having cops come here, but when I really think about it, it's not really much of a story. I don't really need to tell everybody about it because it was really just an argument that went way too far, and unfortunately, police had to be called just to practically tell them to shut the fuck up because they weren't listening to me and they weren't talking to me. So I had no ability to get a hold of them. They were screaming at the top of their lungs, so I practically just had to have police officers come in and say, "Hey, you're both adults. Shut the fuck up. It's 4 in the morning. You do this again, we're coming back and we're kicking you out." And then they were quiet. Everything was good, but it's just that, you know, it was still one of those things where I is just like the thing I was talking in the beginning about not needing people or not people not needing you, and then the moment you're busy, everybody needs you. I didn't see a soul for about 2.5 hours. I decided to sit back and close my eyes and take a small little siesta because I haven't slept but maybe like 5 or 6 hours in the last few days because I've been staying awake. Um, so I was like, I'll just take a quick little nap, ski doodles, and we'll see about, see if that maybe helps me come back to life a little bit. And as soon as I closed my eyes, the fucking phone rang. And then the whole issue happened. All these people started calling down and complaining, and then, like I said, unfortunately, I was knocking on the door, and nobody would answer the door, and they had unplugged the phone, so, like, literally, there was just no way for me to get a hold of them, and so, because I couldn't do anything else about it, and obviously they were breaking the rules, and people were calling and complaining, I just had to call the cops and have them come in and tell them to shut the fuck up. But, hey, guys, I'm gonna go because it is 4:36, and I do have to go finish doing the night audit real quick, which really won't take very long, but maybe like 5 minutes. Um, but being as it's creeping its way toward 5, um, I, I will have things to do here at 5:30. The one thing I'm really not looking forward to, I have the really high feeling it's going to be a very high likelihood that's going to happen, is the girl who works first shift is going to call me and tell me that she's not coming because she went off the road or some bullshit, just some excuse of the sense of where she doesn't want to drive in the snow. And then I'm going to get stuck here because no, like, who else am I going to call that's going to willingly want to get up and drive in this, especially when they're not supposed, like, it's not their day to work, so it's their day off, so they don't have to come in. And so that practically means, like, I either stay until they can find somebody else to come take over, or I just leave because realistically and legally they can't make me stay more than 8 hours. I'm legally employed to work 8 hour shifts a day, and when I clock out, I can just leave. There's legally nothing telling me that I have to stay there. But being as I'm a nice person and this is my job and I don't want to see it completely burned down or nothing, I would stay because I wouldn't trust the idea that there would be nobody here working the front desk. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, I mean, what are you gonna do? I can't stay. I literally cannot stay. So I hope to God tomorrow's video I don't have some explanation of telling you about how I had to stay or somebody tried to make me stay, because this girl clearly knew this winter storm was coming. All these people know about it's coming, and it's like the moment it hits the ground, they wake up to it, and they go, oh my god, we got this much snow. They panic and go, I don't want to go out in it, and so then that's when people start calling off. It's like, you can't do that shit, dude. We get snow all the time. Just grow up, get in your fucking car, man it up, and get here. Do your job. So I'm going to go and get my night audit and all that stuff done. Hopefully my morning is good, and I'm hoping your morning is good as well. So if you guys like this video, a like would be much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, you should subscribe. And, you know, if you really want to, you can just click over here by the clock. It's a big, this round circle of my face. If you click on it, it actually allows you to subscribe to me. And if you want to click on this here playlist, this is the playlist from 2022. It's all the videos that I've posted thus far in 2022. So I'll see you guys next time for the next one.